Hey y'all, this is Jess with Bless Your Heart. Let's make a beaded keychain today. I'm going to start with this mold of a semicolon, and I'm going to spray it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol just to kind of help clean it and dry anything else out. And I'm going to use this little dump cup of glitter that I have over something I've made a while ago. I'm going to pour it in about 10 or 20 mLs of epoxy, and I'm going to use fast set. I'm just going to mix that in real good, and then I'm going to pour it into the mold. Going to try to be as careful as I can to not get it all over the sides and just feel what I need in there to make it kind of dome a little bit at the top. We don't want to overfill it, but we definitely don't want to underfill it. Once I get the epoxy how I want it, I'm going to go in and kind of squeeze the sides of my mold and drop it a little bit on the surface to kind of help work those bubbles that are at the bottom, have them come up to the top. And then I'm going to do a spritz of alcohol and set it to the side. For the bead part of this keychain, most of my stuff comes from Hobby Lobby. This is a yarn needle, and I got it over by like where all the scissors and stuff like that are at Hobby Lobby. I end up going with this elastic stretchy type cord just because it's clear. It's the only reason I ended up using it. All of the hardware stuff comes from Amazon, as well as this cording. So I'm going to thread this cording through my needle and push that needle through the very bottom of my lobster claw. And then I'm going to bring that needle back up through that loop to give us that little knot. I have no idea what knots are called, so I apologize. And then I go on with my beading as I think it would look good. Once you get your beads how you want, you're going to skip that first bead and pull back through the hole of the second bead. Now this is a lot of stuff in that little hole, so I have to use my little pliers here to kind of pull that through. And you're going to pull that all the way through, and then you're going to pull it as taut as possible, and you're going to make a little loop. You want to go around your fingers and to the back of the beads, and then you're going to want to go down between your fingers, and that gives you a little anchor point to kind of help with your knot. Now I do believe this is called a surgical knot, where you go over one side, make the knot, and then you go under and make the knot. I believe that's how it goes. And then you trim those tails as close as you can without not getting too close to the knot, and then you just slip it right back in that little hole, and there you go. And now you just put all your hardware back on however you want. You can leave this as is. You don't have to put the tassel back on. You just put it on with all these little jump rings, and I'm using the jump rings that are already part of it. And now for this mold, I'm going to go in and demold it and just make sure that I don't have any wonky pieces or anything like that. And I'm going to use the remainder of that hardware and put one of those jump rings through the top of this little hole, and then I'm going to add it back to the keychain and use another jump ring for that. You probably don't want to put a whole bunch in the exact same place that you've got that cording in, because sometimes it'll wear that cording down. But get it all put back together and take a look. And here we go. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I hope to see you again next time. Thanks. Bye. Here are several hotlines that can be used anytime you need any help. Please, please call.